Welcome. Now let's take a look on how to validate our CoinTracking account, because there are various reports we need to check before we actually can generate our tax reports without any errors. Let's dive in. Once we are logged into our computer, we have to go to our dashboard and then hover over reports. On the right side, you will find all the different checks you have to perform before you generate your tax report. The first one is the balance check. Once we click on balance check, the balances will load, and this can take up to a minute, so please be patient. We can see three different statuses in our account. A green check mark means everything matches. An orange symbol indicates a negative balance or an error. A white check mark means there's no live balance and there's no negative numbers or token amounts. This means pretty much the balance is most likely right. It is important to note that the data in CoinTracking is not live. Instead, we are comparing the current imported data with the current live snapshot from the exchange. This is how the different statuses on the balance check arise. Let's look at the first status from KuCoin funding. Here's a green check mark, which means the imported balance on CoinTracking, what the API pool is, matches the current live balance from the exchange snapshot. Therefore, it's green and everything is correct. Next, we look at Bitpanda. We see a yellow exclamation mark, and if we click on this balance, we can see the most tokens balances match between the live balance and CoinTracking. However, there are a token, for example ADA, which does not match. We see that with the yellow exclamation mark. For example, on the exchange, we should have 7.11 ADA, but imported are only 6.11 ADA. And there, you just compare all the different balances with the ones in the live balance and see where the errors occur. The reason for the discrepancy could be following. Either we are missing some transactions which the API did not deliver, or the last API pull of the data was yesterday and today you made some trades and the API has not refreshed today. So later on, maybe if you check the data tomorrow, it will match again the live data on the exchange. Once the API pulls new data from the trade you did today, then the yellow exclamation mark should turn green and you're good to go. Returning to the overview, we have Binance as the last status with a white check mark. Binance data was imported by CSV and we see only white check marks. This simply means the import balance is positive or at least not negative. As long as there are no negative token balances and no errors will appear. Also, no live balance is shown because the CSV is not an API connection. So if we look in Binance closer, we see only the imported balance, there's no difference amount, and there's also no live balance. Next up, let's look at our missing transactions in CoinTracking. Again, you need to be logged into your account and then you go to reports and all the way to the right, missing transactions. On this page, scroll down to see all your missing transactions. Sorting them by date can help you identify related issues. On this page, you will see all the transactions which are missing either the counterpart of the withdrawal, so we're missing the deposit, or if the list shows the deposit, we are missing the matching withdrawal. Some of them can also have the wrong trade type, so if you, for example, have a deposit, but it was initially an airdrop, then we have to change trade type. But I will guide you step by step through some examples so we can know how to solve the problems by ourselves. A common problem between missing transactions are sometimes that the fee is missing. For example, we have withdrawn 1 Ethereum from Binance and it went to blockchain.com. As you can see, the date is the same, so those two transactions definitely belong together. But we are missing the fee and therefore the system cannot see that those transactions actually belong together. So we have to calculate the difference between the withdrawal of 1 Ethereum and the deposit of 0.94 Ethereum. If we click on the right side, the box with the arrow, we will get to the transaction immediately and can edit that to fix the error. The page opens and the correct transaction is pre-selected for us and we simply hit edit and add the fee of 0.06 Ethereum. And once we save that or update the transaction, the errors should be gone from the missing transaction list. We go back to the missing transaction list and once we hit refresh, we see that the error disappeared from the missing transactions list. Another common error is the timestamp issue. Sometimes the servers of the exchanges are in different locations or time zones and therefore sometimes the transactions don't match. Or simply the export settings are different from different exchanges and then you will import the exchanges the data in different time formats or different timestamps. To solve those errors, for example, we have here one example with a withdrawal of 2 Ethereum and a deposit of 2 Ethereum. And I remember I sent some money, I sent some crypto funds from Binance to blockchain.com, but we see a drastic difference in the timestamp. So we have to click again the arrow on the right side and then also select the correct timestamp and edit the transaction, paste the timestamp in here and update the transaction. Once that's done, you will see in the transaction history in your trade list that the withdrawal got moved closer to the deposit with the same timestamp. And if we go back to the missing transactions now and refresh the list, then the missing transactions are gone. Last but not least, sometimes you maybe have lost some crypto due to a scam, or you received an airdrop, or you just need to change the transaction type whatsoever. Then you simply go to one of the transactions. For example, I remember I got scammed 13 Ripple. I simply go to the transaction, click on the arrow, got to the right page, pre-selected with the transaction, simply hit edit, go to the transaction type, and then I can choose from all the different transactions type which I need to choose from for the transaction to label it correctly. Since it has been it has been scammed, I click stolen, hacked, and fraud, and then update it, and the transaction will be updated and as it has been a scam to me, and then it will be gone from the missing transactions list. Once we go back to our missing transactions list and hit refresh, then we will see that the Ripple transaction is gone. And you do that with all the transactions in your missing transactions list until the whole list is clean. Then you can move on to the next problem solving area. Last but not least, I want to show you one common error, which is when transactions are actually missing because they haven't been passed through the API or the CSV. For example, those 34.8 Ethereum, I remember sending them from Bitpanda to my liquidity vault, but somehow Bitpanda did not import those transactions. Then I have to go on the arrow on the right again, and then if we are on the correct page and the transaction is pre-selected for us, we go and click duplicate. If we click duplicate, we will duplicate the transaction, and we can change the transaction type to withdrawal. Then we have everything in here, and we have to change the exchange name to Bitpanda. And it is best to always leave a comment why we're actually adding this transaction. So later on, if you do your tax report, you exactly know why you added those transactions. Missing in the API. All right. This we're going to delete. This we're going to delete. And good, the transaction. This fee amount is wrong in here. All right. And we have the withdrawal from Bitpanda to our liquidity vault. Now, if you go back to the missing transaction list, the transaction should be gone from the list, as you see. And you follow and do that for all the transactions in your missing transactions list. And after that, we can move on to the next report. Once you're done with fixing some errors, always click the recalculate trades now, because it will update the portfolio and also the data for your tax report. So we simply click that. And after that, we can move on to the next one. Now, let's look at duplicates and duplicate transactions in CoinTracking. For that, we go to the reports again, and below the checks menu, we will find duplicate transactions. In the duplicate transaction list, if there are none, great. If there are duplicates, in our example, we have 2 of them, one for Poloniex and one for blockchain.com, then the tool handles everything for us. Once we click delete all duplicates. Once clicked, you will see the message perfect, no duplicates found, meaning the application deleted all duplicates for us and we don't have to do anything else. All besides just recalculating the trades again. Now let's take a look on the next check, which is the validated transactions check. Let's start with the notice. Clicking on the plus symbol gives us information. For example, a token value might differ by 20% from the CoinTracking historical value. For example, if you bought the Bitcoin Cash for 225 euros, but Bitcoin Cash has actually a different value at the moment, then you will see the notice that you maybe should revisit this transaction and correct its value. If we go and click on the box on the right with the arrow, we will get to the right transaction in the transactions page, and if we scroll down, we see the transaction here. It's pre-selected for us, and if we click edit, then we can actually see the asset value. Now we see, okay, we bought 1 Bitcoin Cash for 225 euros, but actually Bitcoin Cash was 402 euros worth at that moment. So either we spent more euros or Bitcoin Cash was actually less worth at that moment. So it's worth checking that sometimes for the report in the end. Next up, we have warnings. Warnings are usually syntax related. For instance, a space at the end of a trading par that's not like critical for the tax report, but worth cleaning up if you want to. You simply can go and click on the error again and then edit the transaction. If we go in here, we see, okay, here in the fee, we have at the end the space bar, and same with the trade group, there's a space bar, and all the others are clean. Once we update that, then it should be gone from the list in here too. Last but not least, we have the errors. Errors are more serious. They're displayed in red, and there's a FAQ to help resolve them. And if you click on the plus button, you will see some more. And if you click on here, you will get to the FAQ how to resolve the error. One common error is that CoinTracking only allows 16 decimal places. So if you receive an airdrop or a token exceeding this, it can't be processed properly. Refer to the FAQ for solutions. Once you validated all the transactions in this list, then you are ready to move on to the very last report we have in the checks section. Again, after cleaning up here, you simply click recalculate trades and then you move on. Let's take a look at the transaction flow report. The transaction flow report is a detailed view, additionally showing the amount and value of the exchanged currency before and after transaction. Means if you click the filter on the right side, you can filter by different categories. You can also filter for individual exchanges to see where the token amounts maybe go into the negative, because those are the problems. If we go down here and, for example, see we have a transaction for Poloniex, which is going into negative, we will see an orange exclamation mark. Now, if we analyze this transaction, then we see that before the transaction, we had 0 USDT. After the transaction, meaning we did a trade sell, we have a negative amount of 400 USDT. So that means to us that we have to go back on this date for Poloniex on the 30th January 2018 and check the trading history if we have received USDT previously or bought it for euros or something, because we are actually missing 400 USDT in the balance. To make the search for the USDT even easier, we can go up to the filters and just filter for Poloniex. If we select it here, apply filter, and then in the search bar, we can isolate USDT itself. Now we can see, all right, we haven't even actually bought USDT on Poloniex. So we're definitely missing either a deposit of USDT or a trade buy for USDT. Now we kind of know where the problem is and go back to Poloniex to the exchange and see for the transactions in the exchange itself. Maybe we're missing them in the CSV, maybe they didn't pass through the API. Here the problem solving begins. Another common errors with a yellow exclamation mark is with the wrong timestamp. Meaning, if we go, for example, to Bitpanda, we isolate Bitpanda, and I know there should be an error for XRP. We see that here, we isolate XRP, and we can see, all right, in the beginning, we sold 20 XRP. We had no XRP before. The balance afterwards was negative 20 XRP. Then we sold some more. So from negative 20 XRP, it turned to negative 35 XRP. And then we withdrew some XRP, so it turned to negative 48 XRP, and go on and go on and go on. And then we received some income of 48 XRP and of 0.9 XRP, meaning most likely the timestamps of those are wrong. We see here in this transaction that once we got the income of the 48.9 XRP, the balance changes from the negative amount to exactly the amount we're looking for. Means this transaction probably should be in front of this trade sell transaction. Meaning we will go and copy the transaction date, click on this transaction to get to the trade page, to the transaction page, click edit, and edit a timestamp. It will be probably a minute before that, and put a note, move trade date manual. Update the transaction, and once we will go back and refresh the page, the error for Bitpanda should be gone. Let's select Bitpanda, apply filter. Let's search for XRP, and voila, we see that the transaction history has now no errors for XRP. And you do that with all the errors in your account. Finally, let's take a look at the tax report. We've solved all the errors in the different check sections in the reports, and now we can move on to the tax reports. I have prepared one tax report with common errors, so we can look at it together and then solve it, and afterwards we can generate a new tax report. Here is one tax report for 2024, and it shows one exclamation mark. You will probably see that in your account if you haven't solved all the reports in the checks section. Meaning, if you haven't solved all that, you will most likely see some errors in your tax report. To identify the error which you have in your tax report is you simply click Load Report. You will see all the numbers about your trading and capital gains and capital loss. And if you go down to the capital gain report, you will see in red warning in this report, and we click Show Warning. Here we can see we have a warning for Bitcoin Cash. It's roughly 1 Bitcoin Cash. It was acquired on the 10th November 24, and it got sold on the 10th November 24 as well on the ledger, and we see a cost basis of €0. This happens because we have still some errors in our account. We didn't do the whole cleanup yet, but we force the system to generate a tax report now, so it takes the highest possible gain for this cryptocurrency, so it can actually generate some numbers for you. So you have to go back again, check all the different reports, and see if you have missed Bitcoin Cash somewhere, and then fix that. Once you fix that and go back to the tax report page, then you simply can select your country. And if you select your country, all the settings which we recommend are pre-selected for you already. So all you have to actually do is simply generate a new tax report, and you will see it takes just a few seconds to generate a tax report, and voila, you have your tax report with any errors. If we click Load Report, we will see all the numbers of our tax report. If we scroll down, you will see the capital gains report. If you scroll down a little bit more, the income report, the gifted and donation, the fee report, lost and stolen report, the closing position report, and much more. If you want to download your tax report, then simply scroll down to Download Tax Report Now, and here you have some more setting options, and you can download it as a PDF or as an Excel file. After reviewing each report and understanding how everything works, you should know how to validate your account, fix all errors, and generate a correct tax report. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.